Hi, good morning. Let me continue the topic of hormonal system. What happened in the last class? Just let me recall you. I have given some historical aspects. Who discovered the hormone? What is the first hormone? The term hormone given by whom? And what type of glands are existing in our body, that are exocrine and endocrine glands. Hormones are responsible and their secretions are responsible by endocrine glands. And also one of the mixed gland is there, that is called pancreas. Total number of endocrine glands in our body, 9. Apart from that, some endocrine portions also there. Their full-time job is different. That hormonal secretion is their part-time job respectively. In this class, what you are going to learn is types of hormones. Do you think hormone is a carbohydrate? No. It is a chemical. It may be made up of amino acid, may be made up of a peptide, or may be made up of a polypeptide, sometimes steroid. Let us see, according to the chemical nature, different types of hormones and their respective examples. First, let me explain about some hormones that are derived from amino acid. In last sessions, I already explained about amino acid topic in biomolecules. There are so many amino acids, nearly 20 essential amino acids and non-essential amino acids. But here the topic is, if the hormone is derived from only single amino acid, then they are also called biological amines. So here amino acid derivatives. What is the amino acid? Tyrosine is amino acid. Here tyrosine is a amino acid. Amino acid tyrosine derives a hormone is called thyroxine. Thyroxine is coming from thyroid gland. Thyroid gland. In the last class, I already addressed this gland. Above the trachea, there is the largest endocrine gland is there, which is derived from endoderm. But that gland is meant for secretion of. So functions of thyroxines are different. The functions and their abnormalities we will discuss in the later sessions. In this session, you are knowing only different types of hormones and they are derived from sources. What kind of sources? Are the sources are amino acids or the sources of proteins or any other chemicals. So whenever you see thyroxine, you just imagine thyroxine is a hormone derived from thyroid gland, but chemical which is deriving from is single amino acid. Another example for the same phenomenon is tryptophan is another amino acid. This tryptophan gives catecholamines. Catecholamines are the category of amino acids in which some categories are coming, that are adrenaline, noradrenaline, adrenaline and noradrenaline. In some books, adrenaline is also referred as epinephrine, as well as noradrenaline is referred as norepinephrine. These two hormones are coming from a gland is adrenal gland. Adrenal gland. Adrenal gland have cortex as well as medulla. From which part they are coming? From which part they are coming means medulla. This is very important. So guys, very firstly in this session we are learning about hormones. Those are derived from only single amino acids. Tyrosine is a single amino acid. From that thyroxine hormone is deriving, which secreted in thyroid gland. And for the production of thyroxine, iodine is required. This is another important point. Make it a clear notice in further session. It helps you a lot. And a second example for the single amino acid hormones, that are tryptophan. From the tryptophan, catecholamines are coming. Adrenaline and noradrenaline, both are called catecholamines. In which gland they are produced? Adrenal gland. In adrenal gland, cortex or medulla? Medulla. Medulla is innermost part and it is also derived from ectoderm. So this is what first part, that hormones that are derived from amino acids. Don't think all hormones available in the endocrine system of human are derived from single amino acids. That perception is always wrong. Those are derived from single amino acids are just listed out. Then rest of hormones and derivatives, let us have a look. Second category is about protein derivatives. Before we see hormones that are derived from single amino acids, but here protein derivatives. Protein derivatives may be peptide hormones or polypeptide hormones. Polypeptide hormones. What is the difference between them? Peptide hormones means minimum 3 to 49 amino acid combinations. Have you understand this? Suppose this is single amino acid, this is 2 amino acids, and this is 3 amino acids. Like that, here many amino acid sequences are there. Okay, but hormones, those are derived from single amino acids, already we discussed. But here this is not single amino acid, here 2 amino acids are there, means one peptide is there, right? A bond present between 2 amino acids is peptide. So then 2 amino acids between how many peptides are there? 1. That is why it is called monopeptide. Then this is called dipeptide, right? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pentapeptide or polypeptide will be there. So 3 to 49 amino acids are there. Then from that chemical a hormone is deriving. Such hormones are called peptide hormones. A hormone is deriving from polypeptide means more than 50 and till 300 amino acids combinations are there in that chemical. From that chemical hormone is deriving. Then that is called polypeptide hormone. I will tell you the similarity between them and difference once again. Similarity is either a hormone is peptide hormone or polypeptide hormone. It is considered as protein derivative hormone. Difference is a hormone is derived from a peptide which have only 3 to 49 amino acids compound, then that hormone is called peptide hormone. If a hormone is deriving from polypeptide chain, in that 50 to 300 combinations are there, then that is called polypeptide hormones. So both are peptide or protein hormones. Examples if you want. Insulin. In insulin, total 51 amino acids will be there. So more than 50 means what is a polypeptide hormone. Next, glucagon. Glucagon. Insulin and glucagon both are from islets of Langerhanses. Islets of Langerhanses. Where does they exist? Recall the knowledge from last class. Islets of Langerhanses are present in pancreas. Pancreas is mixed gland. It has both exocrine and endocrine part. Exocrine part is connected to digestive system. Endocrine part is called Langerhanses. In that pancreatic cells, insulin and glucagon are present. In pancreatic, alpha cells secretes glucagon, beta cells secretes insulin. This is important. So, pancreas, one of the part of the pancreas is islets of Langerhanses. In that alpha, beta, gamma is also there. But as we discussed these two, alpha cells of the islets of Langerhanses produce glucagon and beta cells produce insulin. Both are protein hormones. And in the list of the examples regarding the protein derivatives, first one is insulin, second one is glucagon, third one is hypothalamic hormone. Hypothalamus hormones are also called hypothalamic hormone. Where does this hypothalamus is present? Inside the forebrain. So nervous system part. This hypothalamus produce two hormones. One is oxytocin, second one is vasopressin. Oxytocin and vasopressin. These two are hypothalamic hormones. Here, one important thing you are going to know, that is oxytocin and vasopressin both are synthesized means produced in the hypothalamus but released by pituitary. So listen the question very carefully. Hormones that are oxytocin and vasopressin are released by pituitary gland is the answer. Oxytocin or vasopressin, either any one or both, are produced means hypothalamus is the answer. So oxytocin and vasopressin are hypothalamic hormones. In the list of the examples of the peptide hormones or protein hormones, another one is pituitary hormones. Pituitary hormones. No need to give examples. All pituitary hormones. Do you want the list? Then let me write. Pituitary hormones. Pituitary hormones. Number 1, growth hormone. It is also called somatotrophic hormone, STH. Number 2, adrenal corticotrophic hormone, ACTH. ACTH full form is adrenal corticotrophic hormone. Number 3 is TSH, means thyroid stimulating hormone. Thyroid stimulating hormone. Fourth one is prolactin. Fifth one is LH, luteinizing hormone. Luteinizing hormone. Sixth one is FSH, follicle stimulating hormone. Okay, so these are the 6 hormones produced in pituitary. What are the hormones pituitary can synthesize means these 6. What are the hormones pituitary can release means this is 6 plus this 2. Just before I explain, oxytocin and vasopressin belongs to hypothalamus when we approach about their synthesis production, but when we approach their release, from which part they are coming out means pituitary part. So pituitary totally releasing 6 plus 2, 8 hormones, but pituitary is synthesizing only 6 hormones. But here the point is all pituitary hormones are protein hormones. These are the examples for protein hormones. Till we have discussed the 2 categories. One is single amino acid derivatives that are thyroxine and epinephrine and norepinephrine. What are the hormones that are derived from proteins? Means insulin, glucagon, hypothalamic hormones like oxytocin, vasopressin, and all pituitary hormones that are growth hormone, adrenocorticotrophic hormone, thyroid stimulating hormone, prolactin, luteinizing hormone, and follicle stimulating hormone, that is FSH. Don't merge the amino acid hormones and protein hormones. Amino acid hormones are different. With only one amino acid they are derived, but here number of amino acids together produced. That's why both are different. Apart from the amino acid derivatives, protein derivatives, other categories are there. Let us see. The third category and also last category of the classification of hormones according to its chemical nature. Hormones are classified into several categories, but today our aspect is according to the chemical nature. Hormones are 3 types: amino acid hormones, protein derivating hormones, and lipid derivating hormones. So that steroid hormones are lipid derivatives, mainly cholesterol. So very important. All these hormones are derived from cholesterol. That is why cholesterol is important in our body. Don't think that cholesterol is bad for our body. Excess level of cholesterol is bad. Where does the cholesterol produce in our body? Liver. So cholesterol also helps to synthesize of some important hormones. Let us see. Example. First one, progesterone. Progesterone You might have heard this term. Progesterone is a female hormone. Female hormone. So many functions are there from the progesterone. I already told you in the earlier of this session. We are not ready to discuss here functions. Only name of hormone and its derivative. That's it. So this progesterone is a female hormone, and the second one is testosterone. Testosterone is male sex hormone. Male sex hormone. And another example, estrogen. Estrogen is a female sex hormone. Female sex hormone. So progesterone helps in the pregnancy. That's why progesterone is called pregnancy hormone. Estrogen helps in female to provide secondary sexual characters. Secondary sexual characters means what? Characters that are identified. This individual is male or this individual is a female. Just like voice, pitch of voice, and some reproductive organs and all. And the fourth one, adrenal cortex hormones. Adrenal medulla hormones we have seen, that is epinephrine and norepinephrine. Both are called catecholamines, that is belongs to single amino acid derivative hormones. But apart from the medulla is internal part of the adrenal gland. Outermost portion of the adrenal gland is called cortex. So cortex also release some hormones that are cortisol, aldosterone. Like these hormones are secreted from the cortex region of the adrenal gland. These are the examples for steroidal hormones. All steroidal hormones are derived from cholesterol, sterol. So that's steroidal hormone. Examples for steroidal hormone: in female progesterone and estrogen. In male testosterone. In both male and female adrenal cortical hormones, nothing but cortisol and aldosterone. Here I am stopping this session because you are confusing if you are add some other aspects. Listen carefully. In this session I have explained classification of hormones based on only one concept, that is chemical nature. Other criteria is also there to classify the hormones according to their solubility or according to their actions. Also hormones are different types. In the very next session we will learn. So classification of hormones is not completed. 50% of the concept, that is classification of hormones, that belongs to chemical nature. According to its making, what composition it have depends upon that concept. Hormones are three types. They are amino acid derivatives, protein derivatives and lipid derivatives. Bus. In the next class we will go through different approaches of other classification of hormones. Practice well and understand the logics inside the questions and attempt. You are approaching the questions very fastly. Of course, that is good. Along with that, accuracy is so important. So understand the logic inside the question and get good marks. All the best.